Hi coffee friends! Welcome to a new video. This is going to be an extra video, and in this video you will get to know everything about my preference and my behavior in coffee. I'm creating my own coffee tag, so it will be 15 questions about coffee. So let's start the coffee tag. I have all the questions in my phone, so I'm gonna do them one by one. So the first question is, what is your favorite part of the day to drink coffee? And I would say it's the morning, because I'm more a morning person, so I like to wake up early, get a coffee that wakes me up, and then do some stuff, right? I'm better in the morning. Second question is, where do you prefer to drink your coffee? So, well, my favorite part is the morning, and then in the morning I definitely prefer to have a coffee in my bed. So you wake up early, you make the coffee, and then take the coffee and go back to bed. That's, for me, it's perfect. Maybe also because in the Netherlands it's cold, so then when you go back and it's cold and you have your warm coffee in the bed, it's so good. In the meantime, I take a sip of my cold brew. Third question is, filter coffee or espresso? And this is quite a difficult one, because if you would ask me this question like 3 months ago, I would definitely say filter coffee. But now I start to work at Nomad and I'm doing more espressos, and this is actually what I wanted to learn. I start to appreciate the espresso, and so it's still a very difficult question, but I still would say filter coffee. Also because it's in my roots, and you just get the flavor better. If you're looking for the coffee, inside the coffee, what notes are inside, then filter coffee is definitely better. Up next is, how many coffees do you drink on a day? And it's quite difficult to measure, because in my job I take a sip of this, a sip of that, and so I actually don't really know how much I drink during a work day. But I know in the weekend, when I'm off and I'm going around the city, or I'm just staying at home, I would drink maximum 2 coffees, because if I would drink more, I won't feel good. Are you a coffee addict? I think I'm definitely a coffee addict. You can also read about this on my blog, by the way, but yeah, when I wake up, the first thing almost is I think about coffee, and I'm thinking, what coffee shall I drink today? Maybe because it's also my favorite moment and I'm already thinking about coffee. And yeah, I noticed when I tried one day without coffee and I couldn't. I got headache, massive headache, so I'm definitely an addict. Question number 6 is, which espresso based drink do you prefer? So if it's not just espresso, I would say flat white, because it's still quite strong. You have a lot of flavor of the coffee, but it's still a bit weaker, easier to drink than pure espresso. So yeah, I love flat white. If it's a good flat white, the milk is good, the espresso is good, it's the best coffee there is. Question number 7 is, which filter do you prefer? With this one I mean which method, so V60, Aeropress, Chemex, there's a lot, French press. I would still say V60, because this is actually the one I have at home, and you can see here, this is the V60, and I love it. Maybe because I'm using it a lot and I know how to prepare the best coffee with it. So I would say V60, but the Chemex I really like as well, because it gives a bit of a cleaner cup, but I have to practice a little bit more with this, and the same for the Aeropress. I didn't use it that much yet, so I'm still going for the V60. Blend or single origin? Well, this is easy. I would definitely go for single origin, just because when I drink a coffee, I want to taste the country where it comes from. You know, if I drink an Ethiopian, I want to taste the flavor of an Ethiopian coffee. Same for if I take it from Nicaragua or Colombia. Doesn't matter where it comes from, I want to taste the country. So I'm not a big fan of blends, but to be honest, I never had a very good blend, so maybe that's why. But yeah, definitely single origin. Question number 9 is the best coffee you have ever had. The best coffee I ever had was in Amsterdam actually, and the coffee was from the Barn, Berlin, and it was in a place called the Coffee Virus, and it was an Aeropresso actually, which normally I'm not a big fan of Aeropresso, but this was the best coffee I ever had. It was from Rwanda, and it tasted like honey, like pure honey. When the temperature was going down, it was like drinking honey, and I love honey, so lots of honey. So yeah, this was the best coffee I ever had. And at the moment in my job in Nomad, we have a Nicaragua filter coffee. It's Carolina is the name, and this one is amazing as well. And I think this is also one of the best I ever had. It's my favorite at the moment, and it has notes of cacao, pineapple and peach, and wow, it's amazing, really. Which music do you prefer when you're drinking coffee? I would say I'm a big fan of indie rock, so definitely this kind of music and kind of rock. Lately I'm very into Imagine Dragons, so I like this kind of up-tempo music, but not too much, so I would definitely go for this kind of music. Then 11. Do you prefer to drink coffee alone or with friends? This sounds a bit antisocial maybe, or a bit emo, but I prefer to drink coffee alone. I don't know why. I like to have my quiet moment, some time for myself with my cup of coffee, so I can really enjoy the coffee, because I can only drink 2 a day. So if there's a moment, I prefer to just drink it by myself actually. It sounds very emo if I think about it now. Question number 12 is, which origin do you prefer? This is a very difficult question. If you asked me months ago, I would say I go for Central America, just because I had good coffees from there. But lately I had quite a lot of good Kenyans and Ethiopians. Come on, they're always good. You can never go wrong with this, and so I'm a big fan of those. But because at the moment my favorite coffee is from Nicaragua, I would say now Nicaragua. Question number 13 already. Hot or cold coffee? So even if I'm drinking a lot of cold brew lately, or cold V60, I would definitely say hot coffee. Maybe also because I'm from the Netherlands, and the whole thing that it's cold in there, and I like it in the morning. I love warm coffee, just to have a big cup of coffee, have your hands around it, make you warm. This is the whole nostalgic thing about coffee for me. That's what coffee is about. Question number 14, sugar or no sugar? Well, this is definitely an easy question. Definitely no sugar. When I was younger and I was drinking coffee, I was always putting sugar. The first coffees I was drinking were like caramel macchiato, and a lot of sugar inside. Also because the coffee was probably not so good, but a good coffee doesn't need sugar. That's my opinion. And the last question already. Question number 15 is, how would you see a life without coffee? And I don't think there is a life without coffee. Not for me. Because my whole life is about coffee. My job and my free time, it's all about coffee. If there was no coffee, I wouldn't have a job, and I wouldn't have this blog. I wouldn't make this video at this moment. So yeah, I don't know what I would do if there was no coffee. Actually, I studied fashion and textiles, so maybe if I would still doing this, just never liked working in an office. So I started working in hospitality, then I tried different kind of places, and in the end I started working with coffee, and I was like, this is it. But if there was no coffee, that would never happen. So I think I would still be in the fashion industry, just because I was studying this and I really like it, more as a hobby. But yeah, I think that would be it. So this is the end of my video, and I hope you liked it, and I hope you're gonna use my tag. I will leave all the questions under the video, so you can use them if you want. You can tag me, and that would be really cool. And I hope you know a bit more about me and my coffee. I love coffee.